This conference will now be recorded.
Right. So what was the last topic we discussed?
Single dimension array.
Did I give assignment? I think I gave one assignment of sorting or anything, right? Anybody did the
Yeah.
assignment?
Yes.
Anybody did it? Yeah. Who is that?
Lenka?
Okay. Suyanka.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'll give you presenter.
Okay.
Show me your code.
Just a second.
Srilekya.
Hello.
Srilekya.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you send me your mobile number? I mean, have you attached it to the WhatsApp group?
I'm actually in the WhatsApp group.
You're already there. What is your name there?
It's Shri Alekya. Same.
No, you're not there, I think. Sumita, Sahiti, Praneeth, Padmaja, Mihir,
What's the
Kaush,
name of the
Bharat.
WhatsApp group?
There is two WhatsApp group for this.
Oh,
Alexia, you
so I'm
joined.
not there. I'm not there in the other one then.
Yes, that we created here. I don't know others.
Oh, okay.
Just send me. You are present in the last session.
Yes.
I gave you one number, remember? 9032 82080. Yeah, they send hi message to this. I will add it.
Okay. Yeah, I'll do it.
Okay. Yeah.
Thanks.
Okay. So, guys, just
So this is my code.
just a moment. No? Yeah. Go ahead. No?
Okay. So I started with the number of rows, like initializing the number of rows. And this
What
is
is this
for like
program
increasing the
exactly?
number of
What is this program exactly?
it'll print it is a nested for loop which will print like 1 1 2 1 1 2 3 2
I
1
gave
1 2
that
3
also,
1.
right? Very good, very
Yes.
good. Okay. Now I understood. Good.
Yeah, so I just started with number of rows instead of initializing it here because if we want to change like number of rows in future, we can change it from here. So I just initialized it.
Okay, good practice.
Yeah, and then I did this to increase number of columns by 2 because we need to have like 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, and so on. So this is the first loop for the rows. And I just did this for like the spaces. And yeah, I just printed the spaces first because that's the first thing we want to print, right, on the first row. So
Okay.
I just printed the spaces and I did this for the space. Like if this is this, then k equals to k plus 1. Else we are going to decrease the number because we want to do 1 2 3 4 and then we want to decrease it from there, right? So if j equals to I or less than I, it keeps on increasing. But if it is like more than something, then it keeps like it starts decreasing from there. So I just did this for that. And yeah, I printed k. And this is for the new line, and I increased the number of columns by 2 because it's 1 3 5 7 9, and I decreased the number of spaces by 1 because the number of spaces keeps on like decreasing by 1. So this is my whole code. Yeah, so if I run this,
just run.
I get this.
I should go down to look at this output. Okay. Wait. Yeah, this is a 1 1 2 1 1 2 3 2 1 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, but
Yeah.
any other program? Yeah,
Yes,
this is
I
the
also have a
program.
practice area. I just did similar program so that I have more
Mhm.
practice. So I'm just gonna show the output first. Yeah.
Same output, different program, huh?
No, different output, a different program.
Different program. Okay.
Yeah.
Guys, do you
It's like,
understand this code, or anybody did different code for this program? Anybody did different code than this? Yeah, this is this code. Not no. 1 1 2 1 1 2 3 2 1
yeah,
program.
this is
Okay.
different.
Yes.
Okay.
Anybody did other than this code? Mm-hmm. Kaush, have you done this?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. How you did? The same way or different way?
No, it's different way.
Okay. Right. I'll come back to you.
Okay. So
Yes, ma'am.
before this, I want to show you one example of array
Show
program
me.
that I have done.
Yes. Show
I
me.
just
Show me.
watched a YouTube video and then I just followed it and I kind of understood the concept, so I just did it.
No problem.
So this is the program to calculate average of the array elements. So I have
Okay.
initialized the array elements like 10, 20, 30, 50, 60, and so
Direct
on.
initialization rather than scanner class,
Yes,
right? Okay.
yes. And I did like I just like declare a variable called average of numbers, and I put a for loop for the increment, like for the counter purpose, and I did this. And I instead of like writing 8, I just took the length of the array. I think that's more like convenient. So
Okay.
I just did
Okay.
this, and then I calculated the average of numbers, like average of numbers plus array of numbers
Count by
counted by
yeah.
2. Yeah, and then
Good.
I just
Good.
printed the average after that. So
Yeah. Good. 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 Nice. Very good.
okay.
Yes. Right.
Yeah, I think that's it. Like, have
Yeah.
you
It's
looked
okay.
this? Yeah, this code.
What is this program?
Yeah, it just prints like
Yeah.
1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 3, 4, 4, 4,
Okay.
4, and then so on. Yeah,
Okay. Good. Good.
yeah, that's just
Nice. Yeah. You should always try different programs. This is a good practice. Nice. Anybody else would like to showcase? Kaush, I'll give you presenter. Guys, I want everyone to involve in this, not only few people. Okay. Be active, everyone. Yeah, Kaush, I gave you presenter, just showcase.
This is my program.
Yes.
Then I just use 3 for loops for this one. The only logic is new to this program. Only this one, this part.
Yeah, just wait. Huh?
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I print. I can print using these for loops like this half. I mean like the half of the pyramid. Then I
Yes, very good. Very
reverse
good.
it.
Yes.
This.
Yes. Yes. This is the reverse, right? The
Yeah.
first one will print 1 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 5. Only
5.
the
Yeah.
left part, guys. Yes.
Yes.
Only
Yes.
left. Can you remove this bottom for loop and show us that output? Remove that.
Yeah. Sure.
Later you can undo. Comment it otherwise. Yeah. Yes, see guys, you should understand this output, how he divided. 1 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 5. So half of the work is done with these 2 for loops. You know, it's a column, just column printing. Okay, first
Yeah.
column 1 2. So second column 1 and 2. Third column 1 2 3. J will print no. J will print 1 2 3 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 5. If it is third row 3 1 2 3. If fourth row 1 2 3 4. Just if you print J, it will print like this. Okay, now? Okay. So Now to print the rest of the numbers, what are the rest of the numbers, guys? After printing 1 2, next you need to print 1 only. After 1 2 3 2 1, after 1 2 3 4 3 2 1. I mean, after finishing this loop, okay, on that same row you have to print the number by decreasing one number of that row, like he did, like here for I L equal to I minus 1. Why he said why I minus 1? You know, if row is 2, he will print only one number. If row is 3, he will print two numbers. See, 2 and 1. If row is 4, he is printing how many? 4 3 2 1. Sorry, 3 2 1. If row is 5, fifth row, how many last numbers is supposed to print? 1 2 3 4 5 is already done. 4 3 2 1. I mean, how many? Fifth row 4 numbers. So he starts always ith row minus 1. If fifth row, it start from 4. If fourth row, you will start from 3. Got it? Up to 1. Up to 1. Because you see, start from 4, go till 1. Guys, you understand this? Everybody, just concentrate. Just concentrate. Guys, look at this. Yeah. Look at this and for loop. Try to understand. This why it is I minus 1. Why it is I minus 1, guys? Because he should start from not 5, 4 only. See this value. And why it is up to 1? Because he should go till 1 always. So start from row minus 1. Row minus 1 means fifth row. It is 5, right? It is fifth row, no? This is fifth row. So in the fifth row, you are starting from 4 3 2 1. In the fourth row, you are starting from 3 2 1. So always you should start I minus 1. So these loops are helping to carry out this output with easiest possible way. Yeah. Now undo these comments and run this code again, and you will get the rest of the output, guys. See, 1 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 3 4 5. Yeah, now you see 1 1 2 1 1 2 3 2 1 1 2 3 4 3 2 1. Am I clear, guys? The last digits will be printed with this for loop. This for loop. This for loop will print the last. To understand. Okay, na? This L for loop. L for loop. So everybody understood?
Yep.
Anybody having any question regarding this?
Yes, I just want to ask, like, how is the space working before one, the first row, second row, third row, and so on?
Only one space is there. Now for loop is already printed, na? Like we did yesterday. See, if you are see, this is 5 rows 1 or 4 rows 1. Okay, here 3 rows. Row is spaces are decremented, na?
Oh, okay.
So what? Yes, this way 5 to I. If I is increasing, spaces are decreasing, right?
Okay.
This is like only last program. Good. I was expecting like this only. Okay, have you understand, ma?
Yes.
Any other assignment, course? Guys, anybody did any other program? Anybody did any other program?
So I actually did the same program using the 3 for loops. Instead of like
Okay.
method calling, I did it in one code. So it's like similar code.
Similar code. Okay, good, ma. Fantastic. So everybody's comfort with this nested for loops concept.
Yes.
Now you know how it is working, right? Everybody. Chalo.
Yeah. I did one array program, but just example.
Which program? Simple example.
Array example, yeah.
Okay. Did I give any assignment in that?
No, you just say same one array example.
Okay. So see, guys, here we saw how to declare array and how to read the values into array and how to print the values into the array. How to read and how to print. Very simple code. Now let us do more about it. Day 6. Take array demo to copy, paste. So now what I wanted to do is, rather than just printing the taken array, I wanted to calculate the smallest number in the given array. Okay, after you taking some numbers, I want to print the smallest among all those numbers. For that, I am writing a method: public static void find min, or find small, as you wish, whatever you want, small or min. Okay, guys, can you tell me how to find out the smallest number in the given array? If I give 5 numbers, I wanted to find the smallest number. A.
You just have to compare the indexes, like
Yeah. Yes, you would receive the value here, A of brackets, because I am sending array now. Do remember, when you are sending a normal value in the method, you should receive like this, like if integer, string, float, double, anything. This is the way to receive. Okay, but I'm not sending a normal value, I'm sending array value. Do remember, this is the special thing here. We are sending array value. Okay, this is called as call by reference. Call by reference. You are sending address of array. I will tell you what is the address, and you are receiving the address here. Then you can do the calculation. Yeah, what is wrong here? Public static void. Oh, this is going out of the class even. This should be parallel to the main now within the class, correct? Yeah, guys, can anybody tell me what is the logic to find out the smallest? I ask this method to find the smallest number in the given array. How do you do that? Array means for loop compulsory, right? 0 to I less than a dot length. This is mandatory. I plus plus, guys. Okay. Now tell me, after for loop, what you will do? How do you print the smallest number? Everyone.
For I less for int I equals to 0.
Where?
We need to take one more for loop.
One more inside this for loop, huh?
Yes, sir.
A equals to 0. Okay.
J less than or equals to a dot length. I or a dot length. I mean length of the array. J plus.
J, I think. J plus plus. Okay.
So
Main.
Equals to a of a brackets of I.
Okay.
So minimum. We need to declare A, sir. Int A.
Into A. A already array is there, no?
Okay. So minimum equals to A of I.
A of I means what is I? Out of the for loop, no I.
No, not sir. Not in that line. In 12th line.
Twelfth line. Okay. Next. Next what?
Equals to A of I. Find minimum of A. We need to call A.
First, try to understand the log algorithm. I mean, MS. See how to solve this problem. Rather than looking at code, we should understand how to solve this problem. There is some arrays there, okay. There is some arrays there where you have some numbers, right? Some 5 numbers, 6 numbers are there, okay. So whatever the numbers, maybe small, maybe big, I don't mind about it. 6 I gave, assume, this is one of the example. For example, 6 I gave, 2 I gave, 9 I gave, 4 I gave, 8. Now I need to find out the name of this array is A. A is a pointer actually. I'll tell you what is pointer now. A is the name of this array. A is the name of array which is pointing to the first block. Which is pointing to the first block here. It always points to the first block. Okay. And this is what, like a 0th element, right? This is 0th element. This is 0. This is 1. This is 2. This is 3. This is 4. Like that, array elements are there. Now we need to check which is the smallest. You don't know exactly which is the smallest in these blocks. So how to check? The simple logic. Take a variable small or min, whatever, and first store the first element. What is the first element block? You have 0 na? Assume this is the smallest one. This is the smallest one. Assume this is the smallest one. Now after you keep that into min, and now min you have to check with the second one. Whether is this smaller than this one or it is the small one. So min contains how much right now? Min contains 6. When you are checking 6 with 2, then 2 will be small. At that time, if the min value is less than the A of 2 value, then shift that value into min. So before it was having 6, now the 6 will be replaced with 1, guys. 6 will be replaced with 1. Do remember. Understand? 6 will replace with 1. Then again, it will not stop. Sorry, I think 6 will replaced with 2, I think, right? Not 1. Sorry. Yeah, 2. 6 is replaced with 2. Yeah, 2. So now, okay, it will check it again. So min value will be tested with 9. So min value was 2 and 9 value was bigger than. So don't do anything. If condition will fail, na? Okay, now you check with 4 with 2. No. 8 with 2. No. So for loop is over. All are tested. Finally, what is the minimum value? Tell me. Whichever the value stored in the min, it will be the minimum value, guys. This is the minimum value. I hope it is clear to all. So first store the 0th element, first element of the array. You don't know whether it is small or big, but you store and assume it is a small. And you keep on checking the value of currently stored is less than any other value in the other blocks is there. If there is another smaller value, you can store that value into this min by replacing the previous. And there is nothing smaller than 2 here after values. So nothing is replaced here. This is the logic, guys. Everybody understood the logic, guys? Let me write the code here. Yeah, here no need of 2 for loops, only 1 for loop enough, because we need to 0 to n-1 testing, right? Before that only we need to do int min value equals to a of 0. This is the logic. So the 0th element I am storing in the variable called min. Then in the for loop I am checking. In the for loop you don't need to start from 0. Why? Because already 0th element you stored in the min. You no need to test this 0 again and again, correct? Now if a of I means a of 1 value is less than min value. In that case, shift the a of I value into min. You understand? So whatever the value you find minimum value, then that value you stored in the min. At the end of the for loop is over, you will find the smallest value into min that you need to return back. This is the simple logic, guys. Try to understand. Otherwise, let me know. int min I will store here, and I will print that min value smallest, or you can say like the smallest or the minimum value is plus. Am I clear, guys? Am I clear or not? 1 2 3 4 5. What is the minimum value? 1. Now I will give random numbers 3 8 2 5 9. What is the value? 2 is the minimum value. This is the program. Look at the code and let me know, are you comfort or not? Does everyone comfort?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, so like that you can perform the operations on arrays, guys. And I will give you assignment to do the one program on array. What is that program? Either you go through internet, I don't mind about it, but I want this everyone to complete and showcase tomorrow. Read arrays values, okay, and arrange them into ascending order and print. Understood, guys? If I give numbers like this, for example 3 8 4 7 1, whatever the way, it's my decision. You should print the output like 1 3 4 7 8. This should be your output, ascending order. This is your homework, guys. Okay, now using methods concept, that too I want using methods concept.
Sir,
You ready for this, everyone?
sir, could
Any
you please,
question? Yes.
could you please show the method for min, sir?
Okay, just yeah, this homework is clear, ma?
Yes, that is clear, sir. Could you please show the method for
Yeah, okay. Okay. See, when I say a of I, second value will be tested with min, third value will be tested with min, fourth value will be tested with min. If anything is finding smaller than min, immediately that particular value you are storing into min, and you continue testing for the next value. This is the logic.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, ma. Yeah, guys, anybody else? Okay, if you are good with this, I'll move forward and I'll tell you one more program, and you people will help me a lot.
I have one question.
Yes.
If we need to return array, can we use
Yeah,
array
you can
type?
return. Yes,
Okay.
listen, I'll show you. For example, you want some array. Here you don't need to return, but you assume you taken b value, new int of 5, and this b you want to return, correct? For example, b. Then it should be like int brackets. This would be return time. That's it. And here you receive with the array. Here you receive with the array like this. Got it?
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
When you do sort program, I will tell you something else. First you try on sort program, then I will tell you more about array method. So right now, this is the program, and yeah, the next topic is next concept program is for example, I have given some numbers 300, 801, 140, 79, 100. So I want after you giving some numbers into arrays like this, I want to print the number of zeros present in the array, guys. Tell me how many zeros are totally present in this. 2 here, in this number 2, in this number 10, in this number 10, here no zeros, here 2 zeros. So 2 to 4, 5, 6. Total answer is total zeros 6. This would be your answer, guys. Yeah, somebody help me out this program. Everybody understood the problem statement, guys? Okay, na? Guys, is that clear or not? The problem statement we are going through is this is the one. Now let me know how to solve the problem. You people will help me out. Somebody try. Is Praveen today you joined? Praveen ready?
No, sir.
Yesterday, last session you were present, Praveen?
Yes, sir.
I asked you to send me the message, no, in WhatsApp. Did you? No. You are not in the group, no? WhatsApp group?
No, sir, I guess.
Yeah, send me message. I will give you my number.
Okay,
Santosh,
sure.
2 members are there. Santosh Reddy and Santosh Maran, both.
I'm gonna send you right now, sir.
Yeah. Other Santosh Maran?
Yeah, I also.
Yeah, already in the
Yes. We Santosh Maram, are you in the group?
Yes, sir.
Santosh Reddy? No.
sir. I'm going to send you right now.
Yes, the one who don't have, please send me right now.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sir, could you
This is my
repeat
number,
your
guys.
sir, could you repeat your cell phone number?
Yeah, I'm typing 9032482080. Everybody who don't have attached.
Okay. Yeah.
Plus 9 months. This is the one. Everyone. Santosh, Praveen, and I think who is that? Shilpa or no, Shilpa? I think already there. Sri Lekya. Okay, guys. So now let us solve this program. Somebody help me out how to do this. Okay, guys. I took numbers and I need to find out the smallest. Sorry, zero count. Tell me. Let me remove this completely and let me write here. The method name is zero count in array. Zero count in array, and this array is given. You need to return the count. Right now I'm returning 0. My count is 0. Or let me declare a counter variable. Here I will take it as 0. I return counter. Now rather than this, you need to find out the logic. I will call this method here. I'll call this method. Now you tell me how to solve this problem. Problem statement is this is the one. If I give various numbers of array like this, any numbers. Your job is to find out the total count from each number, how many zeros, from each number how many zeros, and total zeros also I wanted to print. You calculate from each number, but you tell me only the total number zeros. How? Guys, anybody? Okay, forget about code. You tell me how can we do this? How can we resolve it? First, you try to tell me this. How can we resolve this problem?
First, I will take one number and comparing each digit. Is it 0? Then add in the count.
Yeah.
But I don't know how to like go with the individual digit.
Think of it. Think of it. You already gone through. You already gone. Sorry?
You have to take modulus and take the individual digits.
Yes, very good. You know already I told in that time only that logic will help you a lot. You know, if I give a number, how
Yeah,
to
divide by 10.
calculate or how to test each and every digit, na? How to extract each and digit, na? Yes. So this method will receive the entire array, and this method will not perform this logic of testing because its job is counting the array only. And I will write one more method. I will write one more method for doing individual calculate in number in number n. Yeah, this method's job is what? Finding the zero counts in the given number, each number. Here you write that logic of testing 0 in the given each number, each digit, sorry. Yeah, now tell me what is the logic. While same, n is greater than 0, each and every digit you need to, okay, and get the remainder r equals to n percentage 10. R means what? Remainder, no? Remainder means last digit, okay, and you test the last digit is 0 or what. If this remainder equals to 0, that consider like a 0 found, correct? So your counter plus be incremented. After this, if it is not equal to 0, don't do anything, that's it. After this testing, you need to go for next testing, now. Then how you will go for this next testing? So you need to exclude this digit. How is it possible from 300 to 30? So n value should be divided by 10 and stored into n itself, correct? Then if it is 300, it will become 30. Then again it will be tested here with greater than 0. Yes, 30 is greater than 0. Then it will come, take the again 0, count, yes. Then again divide, 30 divided by 10, then will become 3. And when you go, yes, it is greater than 0, and you get the remainder as 3 itself, correct? After getting 3, you will check here, is it 0 or what? No, 3 is not equal to 0, so you don't count. So in 300, how many counts you got? 2 counts. Return that. And the return which you count, and the count which you return back, that will go here, because I am calling that method from here. But how we are sending each array element? You should send each array element, each number. First I need to send 300, then I need to send 800, and all the counts coming from this I should add to one total counter. Are you getting, guys? From array, first element, second element, third element, I have to individually send them to calculate. So when you want to go through all array, you need for loop. Int I equals to 0, I less than a dot length, I plus plus. Now first element of array goes like a of I. Yeah, a of I means the first element of the array, okay, and it will go and find the count of the number, find the count of the given number. Okay, once it is done, it returns the count. You store that count into variable and keep on adding this. Why I say plus equals here? Because first you will send the first number and it will go and calculate and get the count. When it get the count, you should store here. Okay, initially this is 0. Now it will be appended to 0, and it will again send the second number. Okay, it will be received and count the second number's total count and return. So you should also keep the first number's count, right? That's what I put plus equals to. So current count value for the current number and previous count value also should be added. That's why I used plus equals, guys. I hope I'm clear. So count is already declared. You no need to declare about it. Try to understand this logic. I'm almost done. Let me complete and return back, receive and print. Total zeros present. Count. That count you should receive here. Int count. Final count it is. Final count. So after calculating count in this method, which method? This method. After calculating the count for all the array, then you return back. So this return goes to where? This return will go back to main method or this method? Guys, when you say return here, will that go back to this method or will that go back to main method?
0 count.
Whoever calling where. This method is called here. This method is called here. So it will go here and return that value to this place. And this method is called in the main method. This method is called in the main method, and whatever that particular method returns back, and that will be stored here, guys. Here. So I hope I'm clear to everyone. Anybody got confused? Guys, is that clear or not? So this method is called from here, right? And this will be returned back to here, and this method is get called here. Okay, and this return count will come back to here. Look at this, guys. Who got clarity? Just let me know, everyone. Better you type now, everyone. Type it. Clear or not clear? Type it in the chat box. Okay.
Yeah.
Sir, can you explain one more time in real quick?
Yeah. See, first you look at this. You take all the values into array, and then you call the first method 0 count in the array, and you pass the array which you have taken. It goes here and store here. From this array, I need to separate values to be sent and calculate the counter. For that, what I am doing is I equal to 0, I less than a dot length, array length, and each array value means first number of array, second number of array, third number of array, one by one number will be sent to this particular method which is written here. So for example, 800 or 300 will be sent here, and this method will count the sum of digit for 300. I hope you already present in the sum of digit program previously, right? Everybody, na?
Yes.
If you are present there, and you will understand. Yeah. Then first 800 or 300 number will come and find the sum of digit, and it return back that count to 2, 3, 1 or whatever it is. I am storing in this count variable. Now count is holding, for example, 2. and I plus plus, then it will send the second number of the array, second number of the array. It would be like 180, for example. Then again it will restart and find the zeros in 180 and return back. So previously I had 2 now in the count. So that's what I wanted to. Currently we got 1 and previous 2. Both has to be added to the count. So 2 plus 1, 3 will be stored in this count variable. Like that it will search for third number, fourth number, fifth number, and all will be appended to, calculated to this count variable. Finally, this count will return back to the main method, and here it will be stored and it will be printed here. Okay. We are splitting into the number of methods because you see, the second method will perform calculation on this number, then again this number, then again this number, then again this number. So first method will split a of 0 and send it to other method, a of 1 send it to other method. So in this 0 you got 2 count, and that will be stored in a variable called count. Here you will get 1 count stored in the variable called count. 140 you got 1 0 count stored in the variable. So total how many till now? 3 4 zeros you got it. So after doing all the numbers finished, see, in the for loop I will reach up to the a dot length. All numbers I will send one by one to this method to find the calculation of zeros, and finally you stored after the for loop, whole count will be stored and returned back. Finally that comes to the main method here, and that count you print here. Yeah, now is that clear or still bit confusion? So this method is taking the help of this method of counting individual zeros rather than writing the same logic here again. That's it. Okay, guys.
Okay.
Are you clear or not?
Yes, sir. Clear.
So just text me, everyone. What is your opinion?
Actually, chat box is disabled by organizer. I don't know why.
Oh, it's not working. Huh?
Yeah.
No, sir. The chat box is not working.
Okay. So can I assume that everybody clear with this code? So you need to practice and understand from the previous programs also. See, I already told this logic is important. You will see more places. Whenever you want to iterate through each digit of the given number, then don't get into any other logic. First think of this logic. That's it. Percentage will retrieve that, and by 10 will extract that. That's it. In between, whatever you want to do, whatever you want to check, do it. Okay, guys. Now it's clear or not?
Yes, sir.
Okay, right. So like that you can do some good programs in arrays. And let me do one more class. One-dimensional array. We have another thing called two-dimensional array. What is two-dimension array? See, when you look at this array, it's very simple. It's very simple. We have only one row, not multiple rows, correct? In this array, how many rows are there? Guys, how many rows are there? One row only or multiple rows? Only one row. So that's what we call it as one dimension. There are multiple columns present, but row in one row. To represent each column, you need only one element, that is column number, because row number is not required. I Hope you understand my point. One dimension. Why? Because it's only having one row. All numbers are on same row. Row representation is not required. Only column representation is required. First column, second column, third column with index numbers. First column, zeroth column. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 like this. So if you say 5, simply you can say, yeah, this is the number. Look at this image and understand. Okay, guys. Now let me tell you something. What if you have matrix programs? 1, 2, 3, 4. Now tell me, how will you refer one? Can you say A of 0? Is that enough? Okay, then what about 3? Can you say A of 0? No, because there are multiple rows, multiple columns. 2 rows, 2 columns, 3 rows, 3 columns, 3 rows, 2 columns, 2 rows, 3 columns. It could be multiple. When you have many things like our programs, how to refer them? So you should tell row and column. Yeah, first row, first column. First row, second column. Second row, first column. Second row, second column. This is the matrix, right? But if you look at arrays, we don't start array from the 1. We start array from 0. In that case, what do you call this? How do you call this? You call this as 0, 0. And this one 0, 1. If you are understanding my point, this is the clarity I'm going to give you. Yeah, what do you call this? What do you call this? What do you call this, guys? This is 0, 0. This is 1, 0. Row is changed, but column restarted. And this is 1, 1. And if you look at these elements, do you remember something? Recall anything? Do you recall anything? 0, 0, 0, 1. 1, 0, 1, 1. Row is constant. Row is constant. Column is changing. 0, 1. When column over row is incrementing, then column is restarted. Okay, and again row is constant 1. Do you remember something if you look at this, guys?
Previous for loops?
Nested for loops, right? First for loop, I. Assume this is I. First for loop, this is J for loop. Now tell me. First one is I, 0, 0. Second one incrementing 0, 1. So if you take 2 for loops, in the 2-dimensional arrays, you need 2 for loops, where you had a 1 for loop in the 1-dimensional array, because 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 is a sequential, only one value. Here 2 values are there. And if you look at the 2 values, row column distribution like our nested for loops only. Guys, is that clear to all? Nested for loop requirement is there, correct? Got it or not?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now let me go and write the simple program for it. Declaration, you see A of 2 brackets, extra pair of square brackets, int of like this, 2, 2. Yeah. Now scanner class s equals new scanner import system.out.println, enter 2 by 2 matrix, 4 numbers. 2 by 2 matrix is nothing but 4 numbers you need to. For loop I equals to 0, I less than 2, I plus plus. for loop into j equals to 0, j less than 2, j plus plus. Then sc dot next int take number and store into a of I j. So when you enter the first number, it will store where 0 comma 0, because I value 0 first time, j value also 0, and when next value you enter, j value will be incremented to 1, 0 to 1, but I will not be incremented until j completes, right? So now what it shows 0 comma 1. When third value enter, this will be completed because less than 2. Then it will go again, I value incremented 0 to 1. Then again come back to the next for loop. I value 1, j value 0. So the value will be stored a of 0, 1. Sorry, a of I 1, j 0. So 1, 0. You know, the 1, 0 means third element. Correct or not? Third element, this element. 1, 0. This element. Try to understand this element. Next, I will be 1, j will be incremented to 1 also, 0 to 1. This will become 0 to 1. So you will take the fourth value. Then this will be completed. And if you want to print the same onto the screen, given 2 by 2 matrix is, use again the same for loops, copy paste, because for reading, for printing, sorry, for reading and printing you need the same number of for loops. Yeah, here no scanf, only print. I write print system.out.print. That's it, guys. Let us see. One, two, three, four. But it is coming in the same way. However, I am printing. I want this to be like 1, 2, 3, 4 in matrix style, like this. One in the same row, 2 columns, other row, 2 columns, rather than printing all in column by column. But why it is printing column by column, tell me? Because I used print ln here, na? I use print and then I give space. Then what will happen? In same row it will be printed 1, 2, 3, 4. They are printing on same row because I used print with space. But I want 3, 4 to come to the next line, right? So after printing 1, 2, 3, 4, I want to be in the next line. What should I do? Guys, you tell me now, anyone.
Backslash n.
Where?
After first for loop.
After printing this, I want system.out. Correct? But do you think it will work now? 1, 2, 3, 4. Still not working. Can anybody tell me why it is not working? Why is it not working fine?
We just put the bracket after second for loop.
Yes, this is not considering under this I loop. So after j, immediately before getting into increment to next row, I want this to come step down, then go up. So in that case, I need to give compound statements. If you don't give compound statements, what will happen? It will print and then it will go up. It doesn't come down. But now for this range up to this close brace. So after coming this for loop under the I loop, after coming this, it will not go up because you started from the open bracket. It will come till the close bracket, guys, here. So that means this will be printed next line, then come back and I will be incremented to 2. Now you will see the same effect. Are you clear?
Mhm.
Okay. Suppose if I want 3 by 3 matrix, 3, 3, enter 3 by 3, here change 3, 3, 3. Now let us run. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, right? 3 into 3, 9. Na? See, this is the 3. Whatever the matrix you want, you can declare and you can read and print in this way, guys. I hope you are clear. So I will give you one small assignment in this also. So in this matrix printing program, 3 by 3 matrix, the same program you also practice. Then give me one output. When you are taking the matrix 3 by 3, I don't want to print all of this. I want you print these only. I don't know how you print 159. Starting one, middle one, last one. Diagonal matrix we call it as, right? Just to print this, take the 3 by 3 matrix and print diagonal matrix. This is another assignment. So as today I give a sorting of array and diagonal matrix of 2 by 2. So you try these two if you have any doubts, okay? And we'll discuss in the next session, guys. There are 2 assignments. I want everybody to just work out on this and come back. Okay, now?
Okay.
It's better if you can showcase everyone, right? Rather than only 1 or 2 people. Up next session, I will see most of the people will come up with this. Not complete solution. I don't want this. At least you try and show. I did 1 and 2 lines, but a third line I was not able to. I stuck there. Okay, guys. So let's wind up for today, and we'll see you on tomorrow, same time. Okay, guys.
Okay.
Same time. Do remember. Okay, 8:30
Okay,
IST.
sir.
Thank you.
Bye. See you.
Thank you, sir.
Yes,
Have a
ma'am.
good
Bye.
night.
Thank you, sir.
Good night,
Thank you,
guys.
sir.
Thank you, sir.
Yes. Bye.